Right now, the 2026 World Cup is taking over the planet. But beneath the hype of the opening matches, we are witnessing the emotional final chapter of football's most significant rivalry. For 2 decades, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo dominated the sport, shattering every record in existence and forcing the world to choose a side. Now, as the curtain falls in 2026, the era ends. 2 boys from opposite sides of the world created a standard of play that defied the history of the sport. This chart shows the top goal scorers over several decades. Historically, 25 to 30 goals in a single season was the ceiling for an elite player. That number stood as the limit for what seemed possible. For decades, no one could consistently break through. Then came a quiet, gifted kid from Rosario, Argentina, who required daily growth hormone injections just to reach a functional height to play. And thousands of miles away, a driven teenager from Madeira, Portugal, who had to undergo surgery to fix a racing heart condition. Between the growth hormone deficiency and the heart condition, the data suggests neither should have reached the professional level, let alone met at the summit of the sport for 20 years. When they both landed in Spain, playing for arch-rivals Barcelona and Real Madrid, the rivalry became direct and inescapable. This visualizes the feedback loop they created. One player's newly set record immediately became the bare minimum for the other. The old 30-goal limit vanished. Scoring 50 goals a season was no longer an achievement. It was the requirement to stay in the conversation. On one side, Messi relied on impossible geometry and passing lanes that didn't exist to dismantle entire defenses alone. On the other, Ronaldo turned himself into a scoring machine, combining gravity-defying headers with relentless high-speed sprints. They moved past competing for trophies and began competing for a level of efficiency that the sport had never seen before. Eventually, they took this domestic arms race and turned the Champions League into their own private proving ground. Looking at this data visualization, you can see the scale of their dominance. Together, they amassed a combined total of over 1,600 career goals. They effectively owned individual recognition for over a decade, trading 13 Ballon d'Or trophies between them. They treated the most difficult records in history as if they were simple, repeatable tasks. But the pressure eventually moved beyond their clubs to their home countries. Ronaldo struck first, leading Portugal to a triumph at Euro 2016 that many thought would define his legacy. That victory placed an immense, quiet pressure on Messi to find an answer for Argentina. Messi finally answered in Qatar, lifting the 2022 World Cup and securing the one achievement that had escaped him for his entire career. That leads us to the current 2026 World Cup. Their peaks have passed, the statistics are locked in, and the world is watching their final act. They leave a void that a new generation is struggling to fill, beginning with Kylian Mbappé. Erling Haaland has brought a new level of physical scoring to the sport, and Vinicius Jr. is combining modern flair with the output required to lead at the highest level. The tragedy for this generation is that they are judged against a standard of greatness that used to be impossible, until Messi and Ronaldo made it the norm. The era is now a permanent part of football lore, and the tournament marches on without them at the helm. The era is over, the memories are immortal, and the stage is set for 2026. For the last time, who is your GOAT? Let the war begin in the comments below.